Hello and welcome to WTNB Today. I'm your host, Wendy Benton. Thank you for joining me. I want to thank our sponsor, led-gear.com. If you have lighting or staging needs for parties or events, please visit their website, led-gear.com. Let's take a quick look at our calendar of events sponsored by Southeast Crossroads magazine. You can pick one of these up at area retailers in Bradley, Hamilton, McMinn, Meigs, and Polk County. On Friday, February 27th, Tennessee Christian Preparatory School will have their presidential celebration beginning at 6:30 p.m. For ticket information, if you are interested, please call 559-8939. Also Friday evening is ARW Wrestling on McDonald School Road, and doors open at 7 p.m. On Saturday, February 28th, the Chattanooga Symphony will be at the Tivoli Theater, and that begins at 7:30 p.m. Also, Thursday, March 5th, an evening with Mark Lowry, which is a rescheduled event, will be that evening beginning at 7 p.m. March 8th, Daylight Savings Time. You will be springing forward on March 8th. And March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. I have Danny Murray today that will be in the studio with us. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Danny will be with us and talking about a big event coming up at Lee University. We'll be right back.
Have you heard about the new WTNB deals around town? No? Well, then let me tell you all about it. Deals Around Town airs right here on WTNB Monday evenings at 7 p.m. I watch it because it features great local restaurants from right here in our area. And better yet, I can get 25, 50, even 75% off on these places when I just call in and buy a gift certificate. That's right, I just call in during the show and pick from dozens of deals. Rumor has it that WTNB Deals Around Town is growing and growing, so much so that they may be adding another night of savings. I've even heard that they will soon add even more places, and not just restaurants. We're talking kids fun, massages, who knows what will turn up. Remember, it's Monday evenings at 7 p.m. only on WTNB.
My name is Dr. Chris Palmer, and I think we at Tennessee Valley Bone and Joint stack up very well to the things that you would otherwise have to travel maybe to Knoxville or Chattanooga or even to Atlanta to get that same good combination of training and experience.
Live in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Samantha Young, Managing Editor of Southeast CROSSROADS magazine, our area's newest and free monthly publication. We focus on events, people, and culture of our area. Pick one up at over 200 locations in Bradley, Hamilton, McMinn, Meigs, and Polk counties, or check us out online at southeastcrossroads.com.
Welcome back to the show. I've got Danny Murray with me today as my guest, and he is the director, as you may know, of Voices of Lee. But today he's here to talk about something else. He's actually the steering committee chair of the Lee Day event. So Danny, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Wendy. Great to be with you.
Thank you for joining me. I always ask our guests to give us a little bit of their background, and I know our audience would be so interested in knowing your history. You're a mover and shaker.
That's kind of you to say. I started out as a child. You know, no, I was born and raised in North Carolina, and still love the barbecue. Thank you very much. Came here in 1971 to go to Lee. Was here from 71 to 75. That's where I met my beautiful bride, Debbie Bilbo it was then, who is now vice president of Lee over the academic affairs. And so we met we were both in the choir in the Lee Singers. And we met and toured together, and then 2 days after graduation in 1975, we were married. And I immediately went on the staff at Lee, and I've pretty much been there since then. That's a long time, isn't it?
That is a long time.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just barely 50, so let's see. No. But anyway, it's been, and you've seen the unfolding of Lee University. What a great place. And we're so thankful for how the community has embraced us over the years and for the leadership of Paul Kahn. So when Dr. Kahn became vice president in the mid-'80s, he asked me to, I had been serving at the North Cleveland Church as minister of music. He asked me to come back and be a part of his team when he started in the mid-'80s, and sold me the dream of what we all had hoped Lee could be. And I bought into it immediately and have been there ever since. And one of the great things that, that has been we've been able to do is to tell the story of Lee all around the country. You know, because I grew up believing that this was one of the best kept secrets in the United States or in the world. And so I've been about that for many years now. And our single largest recruitment day of the year is Lee Day. And this year it's going to be in April. Starts on April the 10th. It's called Lee Day, but it's really over 2 days. So that's maybe a misnomer, but nevertheless, it encompasses 30 hours. We start on noon Friday and go till April the 11th on Saturday until 6 p.m. And we'll have about 2,000 guests in town. But it's also a great time for all the local students to take advantage of this.
Yes, I know a lot of our local schools send their juniors and seniors over for Lee Day. My children have actually experienced that in the past. And when did Lee Day begin?
Wow. I actually came to Lee Day as a high school student. Back in that's all I'm going to say about that. But no, in the 1969 I came. So it's been going on since the 60s. Dr. Kahn appointed me to assist with it and sort of put the plans of the day together and changed the format some in 1985. And that's when we started to embellish it into 2 days. And everything's on display, you know. So for all these years it's been going on, and many of the students on campus today can point to that as their decision-making day when it made it, you know, because we've always believed if we could get the kids here on our campus, there's no way they could turn it down.
Right.
And so Lee Day is one of those days when they all come in and they enjoy all the activities. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's nonstop for 30 hours.
Now, when you came for Lee Day, was it just 1 day or was it a 2-day
It was
event?
just a Saturday event
Okay.
then, and it was a lot different. You know, it was basically consisted of a campus tour and a rally, you know, later in the day. And so we got to walk around the campus and see, and then we had the chance to meet some people. For me, I wanted to meet the people in the music department, you know, and had a chance to meet them and to, you know, talk about the possibilities, you know. And it's so exciting to be on campus during this time because these kids are coming in from all over the country. I believe the sharpest and brightest from all over the world. And they're looking at Lee as a place where they can develop, and we're looking at them and thinking about the possibility of getting them from point A to point B. You know, that's what it's all about in college. It's not just coming and taking classes. It's about moving you towards your life's goal, towards your dream, your calling, your purpose in life. And that's what we want to be about. I had seen the Lee Singers sing in my hometown under the direction of Delton Alford. And before then, I'd never seen a trained choir before. And so I thought, well, how neat is that? It was like they were following his every command, and it was so, it seemed like it was so pitch perfect in every way. So I thought, that's what I wanted to do. And I will go to Lee, and I want to be involved in that program. So after a year, I became his student director, and then stayed on for 4 years after I graduated as his assistant director. And that's where I really learned my craft that I use today in the Voices of Lee.
Okay, well, you're very talented. And I know you draw a lot of students who are interested in music, I'm sure. Is that the largest college that you have on campus?
Not our largest major. It's, because musicians get a lot of stage time, and we have so many performing groups that travel, and we have such great performing kids that are so talented. It gets a lot of publicity. It's not our largest major. Our education is one of our largest majors, and they're in the classroom, so they don't get the stage time. But we have so many majors that are larger than music. And the other thing is our music teams, our music choirs and bands, and the wind ensemble, the symphonic band, the symphony orchestra, all those can be made up of all different kinds of majors. One of the pluses, we think, at Lee is all of our performing ensembles are open to all majors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so if you're a psychology major, for instance, you can be in the Voices of Lee.
Okay, let me ask you this. How does a student work that into their academic schedule? If you're traveling and performing, I'm sure the school works with them on that, but are they there for an extra year, or do they take extra hours during their off semester?
No, most of it comes down to discipline of time, just like athletics. The sports teams, they're very involved and they travel. Same thing with music ensembles. So it's about discipline of time. So, I always tell them, hey, it's a 24-hour deal. It's not where your parents bring you here and drop you off at 8 o'clock in the morning and come get you at 3. It's a 24-hour deal, so there's plenty of time to get it all in. But it does take some discipline to think about the priorities and what the priorities are going to be, for you in the classroom, and making the rehearsals or the practices for the sports teams. So it's possible. We've had kids to do all those things in sports and in music, and still make a straight A average, 4.0 average. Make all the rehearsals and all the performances. So we're limited on the performances. Out of town, they ask us to limit those. A lot of times we are using the break times. For instance, we're about to go on a tour with President Khan over the spring break. The Voices of Lee are going to be touring with him and the admissions department. Phil Cook from the admissions, our director of admissions, vice president for enrollment, Darren Eccles over admissions, and we're going to do a tour where we're going to 6 cities and invite parents and students to come in and hear the Lee story. We'll perform for them. Dr. Khan will do a question and answer with the parents. It's really neat. We do this in hotel venues.
Okay.
So it's very neat. So a lot of the touring that you hear about happens at break times when the students are free. We also do a major Christmas tour, but most of that happens even after final exams are over. My kids stay together.
Right. Well, it's also interesting, and there's so much going on the Lee campus. We have week after week after week events that we usually announce with something, performance of some sort.
Sure.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get into a little bit more of the detail of what's going to be offered on Lee Day. We'll be right back.
I believe that whatever we're facing, whatever difficulties, whatever challenges, whatever obstacles, that this word speaks to that. If you simply just have this word and you read this word and you allow it to sink into your heart, God will speak to you.
Hungry for delicious Mexican food at an even more delicious price? Why not OK McGay's? OK McGay's brings you service in the quickest and most delicious manner possible. Come to OK McGay's today, where the food is fast, but it's not fast food.
Nestled comfortably at 2270 Candies Lane Northwest, Relics Antiques and Vintage Decor offers a very unique blend of furniture and accessories. Relics Antiques and Vintage Decor is always buying and selling quality antique and vintage items in the Cleveland area. We are always interested in reviewing the antiques that you want to sell. Come to our location today and sample the diverse exhibition of antiques at Relics Antiques and Vintage Decor.
For over 25 years, Ed Jacobs and Associates has been treating each of our clients like business partners. Finding the right insurance for your employees shouldn't be that complicated or expensive. Receiving quality financial advice for you and your business should be even easier. We treat each client with respect and integrity and handle your situation as if it was our own. Call me today for your own free consultation.
Here I am, living every doughball's dream. I'm the next Marco's Pizza crust. I'm fresh, made by hand today. Now, my massage. Ooh, that's nice.
Our ingredients speak for themselves. Marco's, authentic Italian pizza.
The Cleveland Housing Authority's mission is to provide affordable, safe, and sanitary housing opportunities to low-end and moderate-income families. Flexible monthly rental options are available, so contact us today to see if you qualify for premier housing from the Cleveland Housing Authority. Visit www.clevelandhousingauthority.com or call us 423-479-9659.
My name is Preston West, owner of Keystone Solutions. We specialize in helping small businesses with their IT needs, whether it's hardware or software or computer issues, servers, networks, kind of anything that's under the IT umbrella is what we take care of. We want to be it, if you will. When people are looking for IT help, we want to be the person that you call and the person that you think of first.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Cameron Company Medical Equipment, conveniently located at 175 Sequoia Road in Cleveland, offers a large array of durable medical equipment from power wheelchairs and scooters to walk-in tubs and hospital beds. Cameron Company Medical Center also offers home and portable oxygen systems, diabetic testing supplies, manual wheelchairs, stair and wheelchair lifts, as well as home wheelchair ramps. We also have state-of-the-art portable ramps and carriers for all of your wheelchair needs. We also offer service and repairs for our products and most of your existing equipment if needed. Our friendly and professional staff can take care of any of your medical billing needs. Cameron Company Medical Equipment has become a leader in our industry with a reputation to give the best of everything that we offer. For questions and information, please give us a call at 423-614-5962. Cameron Company Medical Equipment, Sales, Service, and Repair. We make medical equipment affordable.
Welcome back. Danny Murray is with me talking about Lee Day and the big event coming up in April, and also about some of his experience. You're actually kind of a world-renowned face, I think.
I don't know
Danny.
about that, but nevertheless, my creditors get around.
Well, you talk about traveling with the Voices of Lee and that experience, and you've got a recruitment tour coming up over your spring break, as you were mentioning, and how these students all they must really enjoy it and enjoy being around you, and just talking to you can tell your personality is one that people are very comfortable with.
Well, it's a time when we're stretching them, so we're pushing them. There's a lot of discipline involved in what we do. But the outcome, we hope, is favorable and it's fulfilling to all of us. We have graduates now that are around the country and they're doing productive things, and it really it makes us feel good. That's sort of the payoff, for a coach or for a teacher, And to see the influence that it has when they tour and they bring people home with them, other students see them. The greatest of these was the sing-off. We had 5 years ago when the Voices of Lee were on there. We got a call from NBC out of the blue. They said, "We know who you are and what you do." I said, "Wow, that sounds more like the IRS than NBC," but nevertheless.
So they contacted you
They did.
first.
They called and said, "We think you're perfect for this competition." We went on there, and you, of course, remember the story, but we ended up in third place, second runner-up. But the exposure to tell people about Lee. That's what it's all about, is getting them to know about Lee. And so after the third episode, our name went to number 12 on the Google list. And that means millions of people now know about Lee University. And the kids, it thrilled them to know they were a part of telling the Lee story, because, Lee has changed our lives, and it's the place where we've developed lifelong relationships. People don't realize when you go to college, that's the place where it's going to stick. There's the friends, that's the relationships you're going to make that are going to last for a lifetime. That's why it's so important that you get it right, And so what we're trying to point out here about Lee Day is this is a time when everything's on display. All of our focus is on you as the prospective student. Of course, we have campus tours going on every day, but this is a day where it's all about you. There are special events going on for 30 hours. You can meet with advisors. You can even select your classes. Early class selection is going on, and you can pick it. You can do everything right up to paying your bill. You can be ready to attend by the counseling you get that day. The financial aid people are going to be doing seminars. Dr. Khan's going to meet with the parents and do a question and answer session. That's always a neat thing when the parents, they want to know, specific things about how their students and kids are going to live on campus and what's going to take place, and about the academics. So it's a 30-hour jam-packed April 10 and 11. You can go to leeuniversity.edu and register. You can pre-register, leeuniversity.edu, click on the Lee Day banner, and you can register. And then we're going to end the day at 6 o'clock on Saturday with the scholarship drawing. They're giving away 8 scholarships, and some of them are very, very lucrative. I mean, I think up to $5,000 they are. Instant money right there for the one that gets their ticket pulled, from the seniors and the juniors, and also for transfer students.
That's exciting. And the activities that they have going on, I mean, these are not just the campus tours, but they get to tour the residence halls. They get to go to each of the buildings, the new buildings. Will they see like Pangle Hall and the communications building?
Oh yeah, the new communication building. And there'll be, on Friday night, we're going to do a spotlight where we put on stage a lot of the things that are going on, even some of the award-winning videos that have been going on. And they'll get a chance to see some of the alums and what they're doing. Some of the alums that have graduated from the business department and that are teachers and are doctors, they can tell about their early experience and what can be expected. And the new facilities is really, everybody loves going through that new communications building. It's marvelous.
Yes, well, the campus is very impressive, especially for someone who's grown up here and watched Lee grow, and just aesthetically it is such a wonderful positive benefit for our downtown area, and the campus is absolutely beautiful. We
get such high marks when parents bring their kids and walk the campus. A couple of things they say. First of all is always the beauty and the state-of-the-art quality. The second thing is always, we feel safe here. It feels safe. I want to bring my daughter and put her in Lee because it feels safe in this community. And we're thankful for our community for that because, it's a beautiful area right downtown.
Yes. Now, does Lee Day, does that cost families anything?
It is free to, all the events are free
Okay.
for everyone that attends. All you have to do, go to our website, leeuniversity.edu, click on the Lee Day banner, and register, and all the meals, everything is all free.
Okay. Oh, that's so nice. And you said there's about 2,000 people that attend.
Yeah, it's a great time. You know, we say this is our biggest recruitment event of the year, but it's really the best time to visit because all the teachers you want to talk to, everyone you want to meet, you don't have to worry about them being away. They'll be here on this day. The coaches will be there. If you're interested in athletics, the coaches will be here to meet you. They host an event where all the athletes come and they talk about their possibility of trying out at Lee.
Okay. And Danny, do you talk about the community and the surrounding area, what these students might experience while living in Cleveland and Bradley County?
Well, you know, one of the things that we're involved in is the service learning thing that they, as students, they go through where they're out in the community serving. And a lot of them really get attached to our community, you know, and a lot of them stay after that. I don't think we've ever been able to really measure the economic impact it has for the students who come in to go to Lee, who stay and become an active, producing part of our culture here, you know. And I think that's really special. I think that's sheltered us from a lot of the adversity that's come during the low economic times because, you know, we have this constant influx of students and they love this community. And a lot of them end up staying here. I was one of those.
Yes. Well, and there's so much to do as well. I mean, you can get out and there's areas to hike up around the Ocoee River and
Right.
Parksville Lake, and as well as Chattanooga, rock climbing, things like that. So there's a lot going on, and now we have our Greenway here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They can walk, ride bikes, and it's just a great place to be, and it doesn't cost very much.
And the kids from Florida have never seen snow, so they love that.
Okay, so if they're interested in Lee Day, one more time.
Right.
The website?
leeuniversity.edu. It's going to be April 10 and 11, Friday and Saturday. It starts at noon on Friday, April the 10th, and goes through 6 p.m. on Saturday the 11th. leeuniversity.edu. You can click on the Lee Day banner and go ahead and pre-register for the day.
Pre-register and get ready and come to Cleveland and see this
Yeah.
great campus. And I hope you have a great trip on your recruiting tour and
thank you.
with the
We're looking
Voices
forward
of
to
Lee
that.
and Dr. Kahn, and that'll be a great time, I'm sure. You do a wonderful job, Danny, just
Well,
promoting
thank
the I started to say college, but university.
University, yeah, right, yeah. Well, it's it's such a great place, and we love telling the story, and we're so thankful for the people of the community, how good they've been to us always.
Yes, well, and we all love Lee University. Thank you so much, Danny Murray. I hope you've enjoyed my guest today. He is a wonderful voice and face for Lee University, and we were excited to have him. We will see you next time on WTNB Today.